Hello, and welcome to another VanChat Tuesday.
So, hi everybody.
Hello. And we kind of thought that you might want to know some of the reasons about why we decided to have a break for a couple of weeks. Been a couple of weeks.
I think we've missed 1 week.
Missed 1 week. It's felt like we've had a couple of weeks off.
Yeah, it's felt like it. I think
it's really good.
Yeah, I think just stepping back a bit has made it feel like a longer break than it has been. We've enjoyed getting all the message from people saying that they've missed seeing our faces.
Yes.
So thank you very much. It's always nice to know.
So one thing that a lot of people don't really talk about with full-time van life is the fatigue that you'll feel, and that comes from a combination of having to plan your trip, plan your stops, whether that might be, where you're going to park up. Is that going to be a safe park up? Can you actually stay there overnight?
How long can you stay there?
Yeah, how long can you stay? If you're just visiting a little town on the way, is there somewhere that you can park your vehicle? It could fall down onto, is there somewhere that you can empty your toilet? Can you get fresh water? All that kind of stuff goes into every time you move the van, really.
Your brain is literally moving all the time with the let's double check this, and make sure that all of this is right, make sure we've got enough LPG and we've got water, if we need showers, so we've got that kind of thing. It's just your mind's constantly on the go, and that's just with living in the van. That doesn't involve what you want to do on top of living in the van.
I mean, don't get us wrong, right? Once you've got over those factors, you're still living in a van in an epic location, like at the moment.
Yeah, we can see that. That's
side
amazing.
Of a nice Scottish lot.
Yeah.
And we get to go to some amazing places, and we are in control of what we do every day.
Yeah, and I far prefer to do this and be able to change the view from my front room window. I was talking to Tash the other day, and she was saying, but look, who gets that in their front room window? And it's amazing. And only people that live in vans can get it, because everyone in houses, or everyone that we've spoken to in houses, will say, I don't get why you want to live in a van. Yeah,
all the moving around and all this kind of stuff, but you move around to get the different views. For example, 2 days ago, we had a different view. Even though it's the same lock.
Same lock, but different view, same lock, but it's amazing.
Yeah.
And you just can't do this in any other way of life. So as part of the being exhausted with the being so on the ball with everything and having to check and double check everything.
And plan. But we just thought, of all the questions we get, everyone always asks about, the nicer side of things, apart from, finding park ups and things like that. No one really thinks about it, and it is something you've got to really seriously think about. Not only about the fatigue from driving if you're doing lots of miles every day, handling a big vehicle and manoeuvring that around
very
small lanes like Scotland. But there's where you're going to get your next fill of water from, where can you dump your waste or your cassette, and is the water a trusted water source, and have you got onboard systems like
filtering
the Berkey and
whatnot, to be able to use any water. It's your brain is on the go a little bit. You're kind of always doing these little calculations of, right, can I cook a big meal tonight? How much gas have we got left? And especially being up here, where's a local LPG station? How many days is it going to be until we get there? How cold is it going to be until we can get to that LPG station? Because we might have to eat sandwiches so we can have the heating on.
It's sort of a balance. Everything's a balance of how much of your resources you have available to you, and when is the next time that you can refresh those resources.
And while it is slightly exhausting to go through it all, I think it's brilliant. It's so much fun of going through it all, because you've never in history do you have an excuse to not have a shower if you're in the house? You either want a shower or you don't want a shower. That's literally it. Whereas in here it's like, what? We've not got enough hot water, we've not got enough gas. I'm going to boil the kettle and have a flannel wash.
I actually like a flannel wash.
I do. I find it quite refreshing, because it's not all like you don't get all hot and bothered after you've had the shower. And it's stuff like that it just literally adds another layer to the differences of having the van and the freedom to do it all. And if I smell, it's only John that has to smell me. So I don't smell, by the way.
It's not that bad anyway.
But no, there's yeah, it is a constant. You're constantly thinking about all these things, and I'm sure John gets fed up with me saying, "Babe, can I have a coffee?" Because he's just like, because he'll go out and check the gas, and also he'll check the water and also the batteries just to make sure we've got enough power, because we've had a bit of rain recently, so we've been down on power a little bit.
Our first stint of being off grid for 3 days, without any solar or any other external source, no engine running or anything like that. So that in itself brings little whirly cog kind of, right, well, if I can do that, then that can last longer. If we don't do this, well, that'll last longer.
And if we use fairy lights at night instead of using the normal lights in the van, then we won't use as much power. So there's and I'm sure there's people that don't have the worries, that they would just literally sit down and use their van and just use it and don't tend to worry about it. But we don't like the idea of
we just like to plan, not to the nth degree that there's nothing left of spontaneity, because I mean exactly what we've done today is a bit we didn't plan this morning to be here. No, we were going to stay in the other spot for one more night. So don't think we plan everything down to a kind of an Excel spreadsheet stage or anything like that.
Or to take the fun out of it all.
But I think there's just things that you need to know if you are moving, where you're going to move to, and what your stuff along the line. What resources have you got? Like apps that'll tell you where you can get LPG, or places where it'll tell you where you can get toilet or a shower
or water
and all that kind of stuff. So that's mainly our point of this little video, is just to say that it's one thing that we feel and others mention it to us, but it's very rare that anyone actually talks about it. So
I know Ash mentioned a little something about his 5 points on living in a van, and he said to not move around as much, and that really does take a lot of the worry out of it, because when you've been at Willow Fields for a few days, it's just
it is, you do get settled in, and the van becomes less of a van and more of a house then, where everything's laid out, and you can't easily set off because you have to go and pack it all away.
You get used to not putting things away after you've used them and things like that.
But there's only so much of sitting in one place I can do as well.
Because that's what we didn't do this for sitting in one place, so you kind of get antsy, and you're kind of like, right, okay, so we need to start doing something different now, because we didn't do this just to stay there, as much as it is wonderful. So it's just the constant. Work is easy in comparison.
Easy.
It's just
not as nice.
It's not as nice. No, not by a long shot.
No.
But no, it's a good thing, and I know with the break, and that just comes from John, because he's been trying all these new really cool. I mean, I think the videos look really cool with all the different camera shots and all of these things, and trying and learning all of that and incorporating it all and doing it. I think he's done it so well. Now it's taken his editing time for the Thursday vlog to be about a day and a half.
I start editing on a Wednesday for the video that goes out 8 p.m. on Thursday,
and there's times when he's still been finishing it all off at like 10 to 8.
I was going to say, for the last not 2 weeks, because last week we didn't do one, but for the last 2 videos I put out there, I literally was still sorting out the last bits of that video at minutes to 8. So it does take him a lot more time. Thankfully, VanChat Tuesdays are a little bit easier. But that's really our choice of being YouTubers on the road. It's not essentially just travel or anything. But
it does add another.
It does for us.
Another level to it.
I mean, if you look in the background now.
Can you see Daz?
Can you see Daz down there doing Motorhome Mondays?
A little sneak preview, but you see this after Motorhome Mondays. But behind the scenes.
So this is what we do. We find places where we can do many things. So to my left here is toilet, water, cassette emptying point, that kind of stuff, and we can park here for the night, and we get an epic view. But all that takes a little bit of planning and kind of just checking and things like that.
If you don't know, there's no list of all of these places anyway. So if you don't know, you're literally just searching around on Google Maps to try and find something. And one of the prerequisites for this particular stop, compared to the last one, was tarmac.
Yes.
Because we have had to rinse Coopy down so many times, because obviously your light's going out, and he's been coming back absolutely covered in mud. So
So just bear that in mind when you are planning on your travels and everything else. It is really worth spending that little bit of extra time planning your route, planning where you can get your resources, you know, where you can drop your waste, get some fresh water, go to the toilet, all that kind of stuff. But just bear it in mind so it doesn't kind of slap you in the face one day and go, why am I so tired? I'm fed up with doing this.
Yeah.
Just give yourself that little bit of time to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, and Google Maps Street View will be your friend.
Yes.
For nearly all of that, to kind of ease your way into things.
Yeah.
But so far we are
pretty good.
Doing well, and we are in love with this part of Scotland.
Oh yeah.
In all of Scotland, really.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
You'll have to wait till Thursday to find out more.
Yeah, more on that on Thursday.
So yes, there is a video coming out on Thursday.
Yeah.
As we said, we only wanted a little break, just to kind of like give ourselves a little bit of time off to plan in something that you'll really like.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll see you on Thursday.
We will. Take
Take
care,
care.
folks. Bye.
Bye.